4 types of milk that can save your health, and 4 that are destroying your bones after 65. Have you ever wondered if the milk you consume every day is secretly destroying your health? Could it be that that glass of milk you've been drinking for decades is quietly weakening your bones and joints? What if I tell you that 99% of seniors have no idea that the milk in their refrigerator can be responsible for pain, inflammation, and even memory loss? A recent study found something shocking. The wrong kind of milk can increase your risk of fractures, memory loss, and inflammation by more than 50%. What's scary is that most seniors are consuming exactly this type of milk every day without realizing the silent damage it's causing. But here's the surprising twist. 4 specific types of milk can not only stop this damage, but also reverse problems you thought were simply part of aging. Let's get started. Revealed. The shocking truth about milk that's destroying your health after 65. The relationship between milk and the health of the elderly is finally being exposed by modern science, and the results are alarming. For decades, we believed that any type of milk was beneficial for bone health. Now, researchers are finding that certain types of milk can actually accelerate inflammation, weaken bones, and compromise brain function in people over the age of 65. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Nutrition revealed that certain proteins present in conventional milks can trigger inflammatory responses in more sensitive digestive systems, common in the elderly. These inflammations are not restricted to the gut. They travel through the bloodstream, affecting joints, bone tissue, and even brain functions. This discovery revolutionizes everything we thought we knew about nutrition in old age and forces us to reconsider our daily choices. But science also has good news. The right choice of milk can transform your bone, joint, and digestive health in ways you never thought possible. And you'll be surprised to find that some of the best options for seniors aren't the most popular on American grocery store shelves. Are you ready for a turnaround in your health with a simple change in the fridge? Discover the secret to choosing the perfect milk and protecting your vitality. Choosing the ideal milk after age 65 isn't just a matter of taste preference. It's a decision that directly impacts your mobility, mental clarity, and quality of life. The first thing you need to understand is that your body has changed. Your digestive system doesn't process nutrients as efficiently, your gut has become more permeable, and your sensitivity to inflammation has increased significantly. Therefore, the perfect milk for an elderly person must meet 3 fundamental criteria: be easily digestible, not cause inflammation, and provide bioavailable nutrients that are actually absorbed by the body. When examining labels, don't be fooled by marketing promises like calcium-rich or vitamin-fortified. What really matters is the molecular structure of the proteins and fats present in milk, as these elements determine how your aging body will process and respond to food. Researchers at the University of Wisconsin have found that certain types of milk proteins can cross the intestinal barrier more easily in older adults, triggering immune responses that manifest as joint pain, digestive problems, and even mental fog. Remember, the milk that was perfect for you at 40 can be your worst enemy at 70. The good news is that, armed with the right knowledge, you can turn this simple drink into a powerful ally for your longevity and vitality. Are you ready to learn about the 4 types of milk that can revolutionize your health? Goat's milk, the ancestral elixir that is revolutionizing bone health. Goat's milk may not be the most popular in American refrigerators, but for seniors over 65, it may be one of the most important exchanges you'll ever make. The difference starts in the protein structure. Unlike regular cow's milk, goat's milk contains predominantly A2 casein, a protein that your aging body can digest much more easily. This characteristic is especially important for those who suffer from acid reflux, bloating, or subtle food sensitivities that often come with age. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who replaced cow's milk with goat's milk for 8 weeks experienced a 26% reduction in markers of gut inflammation, better calcium absorption, and significantly fewer reports of gas, bloating, and indigestion. Goat's milk is naturally rich in medium-chain fatty acids, which are converted into energy more easily, helping to maintain muscle mass and daily strength while metabolism slows with age. What really makes goat's milk stand out is its bioactive mineral profile. It is rich in calcium, phosphorus, and zinc, which are essential nutrients for maintaining bone density and preventing fractures. But it goes beyond that. It contains bioavailable selenium, a mineral that many seniors are deficient in. Selenium supports thyroid function and immune response, both of which impact mobility, mood, and disease resistance in old age. To get the most out of goat's milk, choose whole-grain pasteurized options with no added sugar or flavorings. Avoid ultra-pasteurized varieties, which are heated to extreme temperatures and can denature some of the beneficial compounds in milk. Do you believe that something as simple as changing the type of milk can make such a difference in your health? Unsweetened. Almond milk, the anti-inflammatory shield. Your body craves unsweetened almond milk, especially calcium-fortified almond milk. May seem like just another plant-based trend, but for seniors dealing with joint pain, weight gain, or unstable blood sugar, it represents a powerful ally. What makes almond milk ideal for aging bodies is its anti-inflammatory profile, combined with very low carbohydrate content. This means it won't cause insulin spikes, bloat your gut, or overwhelm your system with unnecessary calories. It's light, clean, and when fortified correctly, provides as much calcium as dairy without the inflammatory proteins and saturated fats. A 201 study published in Nutrition and Clinical Practice revealed that older adults who replaced traditional cow's milk with calcium-fortified almond milk experienced a 32% reduction in joint stiffness and significant improvement in blood sugar stability after just 10 weeks. The researchers highlighted that because it contained no lactose, casein, or sugar, almond milk allowed participants with metabolic problems to absorb calcium and magnesium without triggering inflammation or insulin spikes. But not all almond milks are created equal. Most commercial brands contain added sugars, thickeners, and artificial flavorings that can completely negate the anti-inflammatory benefits. What you want is unsweetened almond milk, fortified with calcium, vitamin D, and preferably magnesium. These three nutrients work synergistically to maintain bone strength, support muscle contractions, and keep your nerves functioning properly. Especially important for seniors who experience tremors, cramps, or balance problems. Almond milk is also rich in vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that has been shown to reduce oxidative stress in aging tissues and support brain function. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry showed that older adults with higher vitamin E intakes had slower rates of cognitive decline and better memory retention. Are you ready to discover the next liquid superfood that's transforming seniors' health? Kefir, the fermented treasure that transforms your longevity. In just 12 weeks. Kefir isn't just milk. It's a living fermented powerhouse that can transform gut health, muscle function, and bone density in seniors. Produced by fermenting milk with live cultures, kefir contains dozens of beneficial bacterial strains that go far beyond what you'll find in regular yogurt. And after the age of 65, when your immune system weakens and your digestive efficiency drops, these probiotics can mean the difference between declining strength and sustained mobility. A 2000 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that older adults who consumed kefir daily for 12 weeks showed a 33% improvement in gut microbiome diversity, a 25% increase in vitamin D absorption, and noticeable gains in muscle coordination and walking stability. The researchers noted that the live bacteria in kefir helped regulate inflammatory cytokines, immune signals that, when left unchecked, damage bone cells, muscle fibers, and even cognitive function. In summary, kefir calms inflammation that consumes your ability to move and stay mentally alert, creating a positive ripple effect throughout your body. But kefir also provides key nutrients that most seniors don't consume enough. Calcium, vitamin K2, phosphorus, and magnesium, all in highly bioavailable form. Unlike standard milk, kefir's fermentation process pre-digests much of the lactose and protein, making it easier to absorb minerals without triggering bloating or digestive issues. And the presence of vitamin K2 is crucial. It directs calcium to where it should go in the body. Without it, Calcium can deposit in the arteries instead of the bones, increasing your risk of heart disease while weakening your skeleton. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that postmenopausal women who added kefir to their daily diet had a 45% slower rate of bone loss in the spine and significantly improved femoral strength compared to a control group. This is especially relevant for older adults, as hip fractures are a leading cause of loss of mobility and hospitalizations after age 70. Have you ever imagined that an ancient drink could be your greatest ally against aging? A2 milk, the scientific discovery that is quietly reversing aging. A2 milk looks like regular cow's milk, but under the surface, it's something completely different and much safer for seniors. Traditional cow's milk contains a protein called beta-casein A1, which has been linked to inflammation, digestive discomfort, and autoimmune flare-ups in older adults. A2 milk, on the other hand, contains only A2 beta-casein, a protein that your body can digest much more easily and with much less inflammation. This seemingly small difference can have a massive impact after age 65, when the intestinal lining weakens, joint pain increases, and bones begin to thin faster than they can rebuild. A 2021 study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who replaced standard dairy with A2 milk experienced a 64% reduction in digestive symptoms, along with improved cognitive clarity, reduced joint pain, and improved calcium retention in just 8 weeks. These weren't marginal results. It was a randomized controlled trial showing how a simple milk change can reverse problems that most older people simply accept as part of aging. What makes A2 milk so effective is how it preserves the full nutritional profile of whole milk: calcium, vitamin D, protein, healthy fats, B12, and iodine, without triggering the inflammatory response that many aging bodies develop to A1 proteins. That means you can still build bones, maintain muscle, and nourish your brain without the gas, bloating, or subtle immune reactions that make arthritis or fatigue worse. For maximum benefit, choose whole A2 milk from grass-fed cows, if available. The fat content helps absorb fat-soluble nutrients like vitamins D and K2, both of which are essential for calcium transport and joint protection. Use it in food preparation, pour over fiber-rich cereals, or mix it with low-glycemic fruits to balance its impact on blood sugar. Avoid ultra-pasteurized or flavored varieties, which often eliminate nutrients or add unnecessary sugar. This is the milk that nourishes all the systems seniors need to stay strong: bones, muscles, brain, and joints, without the silent inflammation of standard milk. It's not a substitute, it's an evolution. And if you're serious about staying on your feet and out of the hospital after your 70s, A2 milk is the smartest daily habit you can adopt. Now, how could you incorporate these beneficial milks into your daily routine? Magic recipes. Turn any breakfast into a fountain of youth. Incorporating the right milks into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated or bland. With a few simple recipes, you can turn your breakfast into a true source of anti-aging nutrients. Start your day with a kefir and berry smoothie. Mix 1 cup of natural kefir with half a cup of frozen blueberries, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and a pinch of cinnamon. This combination offers powerful probiotics, antioxidants to fight inflammation, and omega-3s to support brain health. Another delicious option is the overnight oats with A2 milk. In a glass jar, combine half a cup of rolled oats, 3/4 of a cup of whole A2 milk, and a teaspoon of pure honey. Leave it in the fridge overnight, and in the morning, add chopped walnuts and a sliced banana. This simple preparation provides easily digestible protein, bioavailable calcium, and essential nutrients that work throughout the night to reduce inflammation and support bone density while you sleep. For a lighter alternative, try a fortified almond milk chia pudding. Mix 3 tablespoons of chia seeds with 1 cup of calcium-fortified unsweetened almond milk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. After a few hours in the fridge, you'll have a breakfast rich in omega-3s and calcium that won't overwhelm your digestive system. Coffee lovers don't have to give up their morning pleasure. Turn your latte into an anti-inflammatory drink using lightly warmed goat's milk and a pinch of turmeric. The fat in goat's milk helps absorb curcumin, the anti-inflammatory compound in turmeric. For an afternoon snack, whip up a nutritious A2 milk hot chocolate, a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, and a small amount of honey or stevia. Cocoa contains flavonoids that support cardiovascular and brain health. These recipes aren't just delicious, they're medications in food form, specifically formulated for bodies over the age of 65 that need targeted nutrition without digestive stress. Now that you know the milks that can transform your health, it's time to figure out which types you should eliminate from your diet immediately. High alert, sweetened. Almond milk is secretly stealing your energy. Almond milk may seem like a healthy option, but not all almond milks are created equal. In fact, sweetened almond milk may be one of the sneakiest sources of added sugar in a senior's diet. Many commercial brands add cane sugar, fructose, or agave syrup to improve flavor, turning a low-calorie milk substitute into a disaster for blood sugar that quietly fuels abdominal fat, brain fog, and joint inflammation. A 2202 study in the Journal of Endocrinology and Aging found that older adults consuming sweetened plant-based milks had a 39% higher risk of insulin resistance and were significantly more likely to experience abdominal fat accumulation and energy drops. The problem is compounded in older people because insulin sensitivity drops dramatically after age 60, and sugary beverages, even seemingly healthy ones, have a greater metabolic impact than in younger adults. Sweetened almond milk is also often stripped of nutrients during processing, containing less than 2% almonds, while the rest is mostly filtered water, gums, thickeners, and sweeteners. That means you're not getting the fiber, magnesium, or antioxidant benefits that make almonds healthy. Instead, you're consuming a processed product that raises your blood sugar and does nothing to support your bones, muscles, or brain. For seniors already dealing with prediabetes, memory loss, or joint stiffness, sweetened almond milk may seem harmless, but it's quietly contributing to the very problems you're trying to avoid. It is a wolf in sheep's clothing and has no place in the refrigerator of an elderly person who cares about their long-term health. So the next time you're at the grocery store, check the label carefully. If sugar appears among the first 5 ingredients, put it back on the shelf and opt for the sugar-free version. Your pancreas, joints, and brain will thank you for years to come, and you'd be surprised to find out which other healthy milk might be quietly harming your health. The hidden danger: how oat milk is quietly weakening your bones. Oat milk is one of the fastest-growing plant-based milks on the market and is often promoted as heart-healthy, sustainable, and safe for seniors. But here's the problem. Most oat milks aren't fortified, meaning they lack the calcium, vitamin D, and essential micronutrients needed to support aging bones and muscles. Even worse, it's often high in hidden carbs and sugars, which can quickly raise blood sugar and accelerate muscle breakdown in older adults. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition in Aging found that seniors who regularly consumed unfortified oat milk had a 31% higher rate of bone density loss and were more likely to experience fatigue, joint discomfort, and unintentional weight loss. That's because the phytic acid in oats naturally binds to calcium and magnesium, making it difficult for your body to absorb them, especially if these minerals aren't added back into milk through fortification. Many brands of oat milk also contain oils, emulsifiers, and stabilizers that can irritate the intestinal lining and disrupt digestion, creating a cycle of discomfort that often leads to malnutrition in the elderly. Elderly people with irritable bowel syndrome, reflux, or slow gastric emptying are particularly sensitive to these additives. The bloating, gas, or discomfort they cause can discourage regular eating, leading to nutritional gaps and even faster muscle loss. If you like oat milk, always choose versions fortified with calcium and vitamin D, ideally unsweetened. But if the label doesn't list at least 25% of the daily value for calcium or vitamin D, and if you're over 65, you're doing more harm than good. Oat milk without these essential nutrients is like drinking empty carbs. And for seniors, every bite and sip should support the force, not steal it. But you'll be shocked to find out what the next villain in your fridge is. The sweet trap, the flavored lactose-free milk that's accelerating its aging. Lactose-free milk is often marketed as the perfect solution for seniors struggling with digestion. But flavored lactose-free milk, such as chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, is a dangerous trap hidden behind a digest-friendly label. These sweetened milks are often full of added sugars, synthetic flavorings, and low-quality oils that do far more harm than good, especially for aging bodies already battling inflammation, weight gain, or cognitive decline. A study of 2022 published in the Journal of Gerontological Nutrition found that seniors who regularly consumed flavored lactose-free milk had a 41% higher fasting insulin level and experienced significantly more abdominal fat gain over a 6-month period. The researchers highlighted hidden sugar content as the main cause of increased metabolic dysfunction in older adults who already have reduced insulin sensitivity and slower rates of sugar processing after age 65. Flavored lactose-free milk can also be a hormonal nightmare. Many versions contain artificial sweeteners like sucralose or carrageenan as a stabilizer, additives that have been linked to disruption of the gut microbiome, thyroid imbalance, and even increased joint pain in sensitive individuals. The creamy texture that makes these milks so appealing is often achieved with hydrogenated oils or synthetic emulsifiers that interfere with fat metabolism and promote cellular inflammation, directly targeting the most vulnerable systems of the elderly. For seniors who are lactose intolerant, there are better choices. Lactose-free, flavorless, and sugar-free milk can still provide calcium and protein without the metabolic chaos of flavored varieties. But if the label says chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, and especially if sugar is one of the first 3 ingredients, it's not helping your health, it's sabotaging it. Your bones, your brain, and your blood sugar deserve something better than sweetened milk in disguise. These products pretend to solve one problem, but silently create 3 others. If you're over 65, flavored lactose-free milk is one of the fastest ways to accelerate joint pain, weight gain, and metabolic decline. But I have not yet revealed the most dangerous milk of all. You'll be surprised to find that it's probably in your fridge right now. The Daily Poison. This common milk is destroying your mobility and mental clarity. This is the milk that most people grew up with, still present in millions of refrigerators. But for those over 65 years old, conventional ultra-pasteurized cow's milk, especially from type A1 cows, can be dangerous. The problem is not in the lack of nutrients, but in the combination of protein with processing, which generates inflammation, weakens bones, and accelerates brain aging. The majority of commercial milk comes from cows that produce beta-casein A1, which is associated with gut inflammation, immune stress, and cognitive decline in the elderly. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that seniors who consumed A1 milk had 32% more inflammatory markers, slower reaction time, and greater joint stiffness compared to A2 milk consumers. Ultrapasteurization heats milk to 280 degrees Fahrenheit, destroying beneficial enzymes and denaturing proteins, making it harder to digest. This especially affects elderly people with low stomach acid or slow digestion, common after the age of 60. The result is a cascade of problems: bloating, malabsorption of nutrients, and systemic inflammation. In addition, the milk comes from cows treated with hormones, antibiotics, and fed genetically modified grains, whose waste products accumulate in the body. These residues are linked to hormonal disorders, poor calcium regulation, and immune confusion. An aging organism is more vulnerable and cannot withstand this stress. A European study showed that older adults who drank a lot of conventional milk had more fractures, oxidative stress, and shorter telomeres, a sign of accelerated aging. Researchers concluded that the risks outweigh the purported benefits, particularly with ultra-pasteurized A1 milk. While this milk sounds familiar, it may be quietly harming your health. Each glass can increase joint pain, make digestion difficult, and increase the risk of falls, fractures, and mental decline. From the age of 65, changing this habit can be essential to preserve health. Are you ready to make the choice that can transform your well-being? The power of choice. Transform your health with a simple fridge swap. If you are over 65 years old, milk becomes a vital decision for your health. It can strengthen or weaken bones, relieve or worsen joint pain, nourish or impair memory. Choosing the right milk can be as powerful as a daily remedy. The wrong milk fuels disease, raises blood sugar, and accelerates aging. The right one protects joints, muscles, intestines, and brain. 4 types should be avoided, and 4 prioritized based on clinical evidence. A simple change in the type of milk can improve your quality of life. Reflect, what's in your fridge today,